Anna. I was waiting for you to come in.
Why, what's the matter?
I got the job.
No one's been here looking for my guest.
Guest? Oh, no.
So, you are taking this seriously, aren't you?
Of course I'm taking it seriously. I got the job on London by Night.
Yeah, that's great. Well done. It's only me.
Hello?
Oh, good evening, Mrs. Fletcher. I'm sorry to bother you. It's Abigail at the Samonique Development Office.
Oh? What's happened to Deirdre?
Oh, she's out in Samonique. Actually, she's going to be spending quite a bit of time out there, so I've taken over at this end.
Lucky her.
Oh, rather.
What can I do for you, Abigail?
Well, I was wanting to bike over some papers for Mr. Fletcher to sign. Is he there or is he at the house? It's a frightful bore. It's just they've got to be on the overnight to New York.
No, he must be at the house. No. Wait, no, he isn't. There's an Enophiles Club tasting tonight.
Oh, right. Well, I'll catch him there then. Thanks awfully, Mrs. Fletcher. Good night. Enophile. Laura? Laura?
Yeah?
I'm just going out for a bit, okay?
Okay.
Remember not to let anybody in.
I won't.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sure they'll come to heel. They're not very rebellious, my party, thank heavens.
Have you tried the Santa Steph yet?
Yes, I have. It's got a year or two to go, in my opinion.
Well, I think I'll give it a go.
Don't you just love that smoky vanilla aftertaste?
Yes, it's all there, that one, isn't it?
Oh, I wanted to talk to you about Mary Vincent.
I'm sorry, were you speaking to me?
Yes, I was, about Mary Vincent.
I've never heard of her.
Oh, isn't that strange?
Who
Because
are you, anyway?
Oh, my name's Anna Lee. I'm a private detective, and I have in my possession a letter that you wrote to Mary Vincent.
Well, it's patently a lie, as I've never heard of the woman. Is this some amateurish attempt at blackmail?
Oh, no, I haven't gone to the police with the letter as
Yes,
yet.
Mr. Fletcher.
Would you mind getting rid of this young lady? She's pestering me.
Come along, madam.
Oh, you can't throw me out.
I hope it won't come to that, madam. I think I might manage it.
Oh, it's you.
I'm glad I wasn't a burglar.
Oh, yeah. I put on one of your gowns. I hope you don't mind.
Oh, no, it looks great. I look awful in that.
I made us some dinner.
Oh.
I found some chops in the freezer. I'm afraid I overdid them, though.
No, I like them well done.
I think they're still edible, but of course they're cold now.
They look fine. Come and sit down.
I haven't had anything to drink.
Okay. You can put the knife down now.
Mark?
Later.
Lambert. Lambert, just call your girl detective off, that's all.
What number was it you wanted?
Otherwise, Eva might get to hear about your afternoons messing about in boats.
No. No, it isn't.
Wrong number.
No, I'm not knocking Briley. Briley's all right, but his whole attitude is like something out of the 50s. Together we could find a whole new approach to security.
Bunny,
What?
can you ever take no for an answer?
What's the matter with everybody?
I just want to be left alone. I've got a terrible toothache.
Yeah? Let's have a look.
I'm really embarrassed.
No, open wide. Wider. Yeah. You ought to go and see my cousin.
Why?
Well, he's only the best dentist in London.
You're quite sure, Mr. Lambert?
Yes, quite sure.
If there's anything we can do in the future.
Thank you, yes. Goodbye, Commander Briley.
Goodbye, Mr. Lambert.
Well, Mr. Lambert no longer wishes us to investigate his son-in-law, nor does he wish us to locate his daughter for him.
Why not?
Because, Miss Lee, you have been threatening Mr. Mark Fletcher. Threatening him.
I didn't threaten him.
What did you say to him?
I just told him that I had a letter that linked him to Mary Vincent.
Implying that in some way he was connected with her murder?
No, not at all. But why should that matter to Lambert anyway?
Why? Because he has no wish to be associated with an organisation that indulges in such tactics.
Hang on, why should Lambert care if we can link Fletcher to Mary Vincent?
You're treading on very thin ice, Miss Lee. If you have such a letter, it's your duty to hand it in to the police.
I don't think so.
Well, let me see the letter. Bring it into my room.
I can't.
Can't?
I haven't got it.
You mean to tell me it was all lies? That no such letter exists?
No, the thing is, Laura had it in the pocket of her coat and she left the coat somewhere.
Then you better find that coat, Miss Lee.
Would you like your coffee now, Commander?
Now you've really upset him.
Toots.
Yeah, right, here we go now. Table 15 dessert. Yeah, table 15 come out now.
Okay, I'm going now. You can finish off, Ben. Okay, sure. Cheers. See you later.
Did Laura come to the restaurant the night of the murder?
I know you. You're with the police in my house.
No, I'm not with the police.
Well, who are you with?
I told you already, I'm a friend of Laura's. I'm trying to help her. She stole a letter from Mary Vincent. She put it in the pocket of her coat.
Mary?
Yes, she knew about your affair. She went to confront her and...
She knew?
Yes, she stole a letter. She put it in the pocket of her coat.
Christ.
And she left the coat somewhere. Did she come to the restaurant and leave it here?
So she did have a motive.
Laura did not kill Mary Vincent.
This letter, then, who is it from?
I can't tell you that unless you can guarantee to keep it absolutely confidential.
Well, who am I going to tell?
It was from Mark Fletcher.
A letter from Mark Fletcher to Mary Vincent? He didn't even know her.
I'm afraid he did. That's what the letter proves, and that's why Laura needs it.
You've seen Laura, haven't you? You know where she is.
Yeah, and she's safe for the time being.
Where?
The fewer people who know that, the better.
I am her bloody husband, for Christ's sake.
Wait a minute, why should I believe you? Mary didn't know Fletcher. I know she didn't. She'd have mentioned it.
Would she?
Why not? I talked about Fletcher. If she'd known him, she'd have... What was the letter about?
I didn't see it, and I'm not even sure if Laura read it. That West Indies deal seems very important to Fletcher.
So?
Well, could Fletcher have been using Mary as, I don't know, bait for you?
No.
Well, it doesn't make any sense.
Well, of course it does. Oh, God, if I'd known that he knew Mary. I mean, why were they both trying to keep it a secret? Because he was trying to use her to break Laura and me up. Knew damn well Laura wouldn't go along with me leaving her dad's restaurant. It's all falling into place now. Right, I'm going to sort this out.
I will take up your time no longer, but present to you our most honoured guest, the Junior Minister at the Foreign Office, the Right Honourable Mark Fletcher, MP.
Kitchen staff.
Gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to be standing...
What about Mary Vincent, Fletcher? Did she give you great pleasure as well? Go on, tell them about Mary Vincent.
It is a great honour for me to be standing here.
Go on, ask him about her. Ask him how she died.
Well, it is a while now since I...
Ask him how she died. You're not going to keep me quiet, Fletcher. You're not going to stop me from talking.
Here he comes now. What's Fletcher's connection to Mary Vincent? Did you know Mary Vincent? Who killed Mary Vincent?
Private detective called Anna Lee. She's got letters from Fletcher to Mary Vincent.
Who's Anna Lee?
What's in the letters? They're love letters. Miss Anna Lee's got them.
Give us your name.
On Dominic Jones. What? Mr. Jones, Mr. Vincent!
Where are the letters?
Who killed her?
Laura? Laura?
Are you going to come out and answer our questions, Mr. Fletcher? Don't you think you owe the British public an explanation, Mr. Fletcher? Not to mention your constituents.
I told you that in confidence.
Yeah, well, why should Fletcher get away with it?
That's not the issue.
Well, tough.
I feel betrayed.
Yeah, well, maybe you just better go and have a little lie down, sweetie, until you feel better.
Wait, hang...
She's really smashed up, you know. I don't think it's worth repairing.
Chuck it in the bin. Didn't have to smash up everything.
I'm not standing for this. I'm going out.
That's it, yes? You can answer a question, go, Mr. Fletcher.
Yes, thank you. I shall make a statement. On the advice of my solicitors, in whose hands this matter now rests, I shall answer no questions. A private detective agency named Briley Security claims to have in its possession certain letters written by me to the late Mary Vincent. Such letters do not exist and never have existed. Thank you.
Why was Brian to come to hand out these letters then?
We'd like to speak to Annalee.
Well, I'm not sure she's in just now.
Well, we'll just make certain, shall we?
I'm sure she's not in.
If not, we can wait.
Hello, Roz. Hello, Inspector.
Thought you weren't in.
We'd like to ask you some questions, Miss Lee.
Oh, questions. Do I get a prize?
What's been going on here?
A break-in.
My God, Anne, even for you, this is untidy.
Oh, well, Roz, if I'd known you were coming, I'd have
Look,
made
look,
an effort.
let's get on with this, shall we?
Tea, anybody? No, thanks.
Mr. Jones says you told him you had these letters. Passionate love letters from Mr. Mark Fletcher to the murder victim, Mary Vincent.
Roz, there was only ever one letter. I never had it, and I don't know what sort of letter it was.
Then who told you about it, Mary Vincent?
I never met Mary Vincent.
Then how do you know it exists?
Let's stop this pussyfooting around. You know where Laura Jones is, and you're going to tell us.
You don't have any evidence.
Look, Anna, Laura Jones hasn't been seen since the murder. If you think she's innocent, let her come forward and clear her name.
Roz, I don't want to do that. I don't believe she's well enough to make any sort of coherent statement yet.
Right, that's it. Anna Lee, I'm charging you with obstructing the police in the execution of their duty, withholding evidence, and harbouring a fugitive.
I'm Laura Jones.
Briley Security? No, I'm afraid the commander isn't available at the moment. Briley Security? No, I have no information on that matter. I'm sorry. Briley No, I can't comment on that. No, I'm sorry. Briley Security? Oh, hello, Commander. Oh, thank goodness you're here. Here's a list of calls for you. Mainly from newspapers wanting to buy the letters.
Oh, Lord.
And, this fax arrived from Wests of London.
Get Mr. Brian West on the phone.
There's some dentists who take this out, you know.
Oh, God.
But I wouldn't spoil a beautiful set of teeth like that. People say to me, are you Jewish? And I say, no,
but I'm of Jewish extraction. Boom. He's been using that gag ever since he qualified.
Rinse, please. Excuse me.
He wanted to be a vet, but he couldn't pass the exams. There's your tooth, Toots. Briley says he wants to sue Fletcher for slander. He wanted to get his blow in first, but apparently Fletcher has already issued a writ. Have they charged your friend with murder yet?
They reminded her while they built a case against her unless I can prove somebody else did it.
Don't mix in there, girl. Leave that to our boys in blue. You shouldn't have swallowed that. Listen, now that Briley has lost the Wests of London contract, can you think of one good reason why Schiller Security shouldn't step in and offer their services?
What, just one?
Well, Briley can't object. It's market forces at work here.
Bernie, you're mad. I mean, even Briley would have trouble recruiting and training enough uniformed staff to cover West of London. We need at least 100 men.
Everybody always throws cold water on things. Well, I'm going to give it a go anyway. Now, which tooth is it?
First of all, I should like to say there are going to be no recriminations. We seem to have lost the Wests of London contract beyond recall. But the past is the past. We now have to look to the future. Mr. Mark Fletcher is apparently bringing an action against us. Our only defence can be that what Miss Lee said to him and imparted to Dominic Jones was the truth. That he did know Mary Vincent, that he did write letters to her, and that we were given one of these letters by a client and accepted it in good faith. And we've got to prove it.
We could also prove you murdered Mary Vincent while we're at it.
No, Miss Lee. We just find where Mrs. Jones left her coat with the letter. That's all we need. Just to prove that he knew her.
Huh? Sir Brian West, please. Is this Sir Brian's office? This is Bernard Schiller of Schiller Security here. I'd like to speak to Sir Brian, please.
Excuse me. Do you work here? Yes. The landlady at the pub over the road said her daughter gave a coat to one of your collectors.
What sort of coat?
It's a woman's coat. It's brown. It's woolen with stripes.
Large stripes?
Yes, that's it.
Oh, I'm so sorry. It was such a nice coat, too. I was looking at it for myself, as a matter of fact.
And?
It was stolen before we had a chance to put it on the rail.
Buggy out today.
I'm sorry?
Bit close. The weather.
Yes, Sir Brian?
Yes.
Sir Brian will see you now. Morning, Mr. Schiller. Please, sit down.
Wow, this is really very impressive, Mr. Schiller. Thank you. You know, I know that we've met before, somewhere. I'm sure I would have remembered Sir Brian.
Quite so. Well, there's only one thing that worries me.
What's that?
Well, your company seems to have worked chiefly overseas up to this point.
That's true.
Yes, Dubai, Jakarta, Vancouver. Well, can you tell me why that is?
Well, I first thought of starting the company when I was in the service overseas.
The service? Ah.
And with the contacts I had, especially in the Arab world, especially amongst Arab royalty, it seemed a pity to waste the opportunities. Those were very tough times, as you can imagine, Sir Brian. But as the Sultan of Oman once said to me...
Do sit down, Mr. Prentice. Sir Brian won't be long. You won't have any trouble in supplying men in sufficient numbers, Mr. Schiller?
We have 100 uniformed operatives on standby at all times, Sir Brian.
Good God. Well, I won't promise anything, and I have to talk to my board, of course. How did you come to hear about my company's requirements, by the way?
Well, the world of security is a very small world, Sir Brian. Word gets around.
Yes, I see. Well, thanks very much for coming in.
No, thank you. I'll put my proposals in writing for the board.
Good. Goodbye.
Come in, Mr. Prentice.
Thank you, Sir Brian.
Oh, hello, Bernie. Mr. Schiller?
Such an action would be quite feasible, of course.
Oh, good. Well, now, what's the first step?
Well, first of all, you can show that you came by the letter in an honest and straightforward manner, can you?
Well, the letter isn't actually in my possession at the moment.
Ah, but you can get it.
Oh, yes, yes. Yes, I'm sure I can.
Mr. Brierley, you do realize this is likely to be an expensive business.
Oh, quite. How expensive?
Well, it's always possible, of course, that Mr. Fletcher will settle, but if it did get to court and costs were awarded against you, 150, 250?
This is a matter of honor, my dear fellow.
Yes, I understand that, but £250,000.
Thousand?
That's him, the old codger in the hat.
Don't worry, I take care of it.
Yes, mate. What do you want?
Any casting today, mate?
No.
What do you mean, no?
You heard no.
I'm a breakdancer, man. Look at those funky moves, eh?
Oh, that's very good. What am I meant to do? Look, would you clear off? I know your sort.
They won't be pleased to hear you let me go. A couple of years from now, you'll have to pay a lot of money to see me.
Look, Mr. Prentice here, would you just clear off? This is private property.
Here. What do you think you're doing?
Oh, I'm sorry, mate. I was just having a look around the caravan.
Caravan? This is a Winnebago, this.
A Winnebago? This is a Winnebago? Wow, didn't Marilyn Monroe used to have one of these with a jacuzzi and an oven and a fridge? And, hey, you've got a fridge. Is this yours, then?
Well, I'm the driver.
God, I bet this takes some handling, doesn't it? I mean, it's enormous.
Oh, you get used to it, you know.
Yeah.
Look, I'd like to help you out, love, but you're not
yeah,
really
right.
supposed to be in here.
Mary always said you were a nice bloke.
Who, Mary Vincent?
Yeah.
That was terrible, that business, wasn't it? You knew her then?
Oh, knew her. She was my best friend. Look, to be honest with you, I know it sounds stupid, but the reason I was looking around the caravan was in the hope of finding some clue as to why she was murdered.
You won't find nothing now, will you?
No?
Well, there's a couple of other actors in here now, doing some commercial or something.
Oh, yeah, right.
Oh, they're on set. I heard someone moving around, that's why I
How
come round.
Do you hear me from outside?
Oh, in me cab.
Oh, right. I bet not a lot gets past you then, eh? Listen, you weren't in here on Wednesday afternoon, were you?
Wednesday?
Yeah. Some lady came to see Mary and...
Look, I really shouldn't be telling you any of this. And to be honest, I didn't get all of it, right? Just the noisy bits.
Like what?
Like when the lady shouts out about how Mary was having it away with a lady's father. I heard that all right.
Husband.
How do you mean, husband?
Well, she must have said Mary was having an affair with her husband.
No, father.
I thought I'd made it abundantly clear to Commander Brierley that the investigation was over.
I'm not working for you, Mr. Lambert. I'm working to clear Laura's name.
At whose behest?
Have you seen Laura?
Yes.
And how did she seem?
She won't lift a hand to help herself.
That's right. So, suppose we could establish some link between the girl who was murdered and Mark Fletcher.
Is all that stuff about letters true?
Yes, there is a letter from Mark Fletcher to Mary Vincent. I mean, we've lost it. Mr. Lambert, you knew Fletcher, didn't you?
Years ago, I employed him in one of my companies.
Did he know Mary Vincent then?
I've no idea. It was years ago.
Did you know Mary Vincent?
No.
Well, I suppose I better go. I don't suppose either of you have any theories about the murder.
No. I was shocked to find that Dominic was being unfaithful to Laura.
We knew they were going through a bad patch, but... Oh, not this.
Bernie? Bernie?
Go away.
Of course, Dominic is a very temperamental man. A very difficult man at times.
Yes, I'm sure. Mr. Lambert, I've been quite sure that you never met Mary Vincent.
Why do you keep asking that question?
Because somebody said you had.
Who? Well, you can tell whoever it was. They're mistaken.
Yes, I will.
It can't have been that bad, Bernie. You are not a failure, Bernie.
Oh. Houseboat now?
No, not yet.
If we're to find a connection between Fletcher and this Vincent woman, her houseboat's where I'd look.
Well, there's another connection I want to find out about first. Do you want me to run you home?
Nah, drop me off. I'll get a bus down.
You know what I'm like.
Yes.
It's going to be all right again, Laura. We can make it all right again. I know I've been a bit... I'm going to make it all right again, Laura.
You don't have to.
Yeah, well, I will. You wait and see.
Same time tomorrow. Diane. Diane. Diane.
Fletcher, this is Dominic Jones. You don't think I'm going to let you get away with your little game, do you? You've screwed up my life. So now I'm going to screw up yours. You can forget bloody Sam Monique, Fletcher, because you're finished. I'm going to make sure of that.
Fletcher?
Can you spare us a few words, Miss Fletcher?
What was your...
Let's
go anything identification with that show. Are you going to make a statement? Are you going to... You go this way, please.
Were you ever in the army, Mr. Jones?
The army?
We believe that the weapon that was used to kill Mark Fletcher was an army service revolver.
You know damn well I was never in the army.
And you know damn well that Fletcher was having an affair
I
with
know
your
nothing of the
girlfriend.
sort.
What were you doing threatening him then?
What do you mean threatening him?
Listen, my friend, we've got your little exhibition at the Livery Hall dinner on tape. We've got it on video. We've got still photographs. What more do you want?
I was threatening to expose him. I wasn't threatening to kill him.
You tried telling a jury that.
To expose what, anyway?
That he knew Mary Vincent, that he'd written letters to her. That's all I knew.
Let's go back to the beginning.
Oh, bloody hell.
Unknown to your wife, you're having an affair with Mary Vincent. Your wife finds out, and at roughly the same time, you find out that Fletcher is also having an affair with Mary Vincent.
No.
Mary Vincent is found dead in your living room. She's been battered to death with some, as yet, unidentified heavy object.
Wait a minute, I thought we were talking about Fletcher's murder. Are you trying to pin Mary Vincent on me as well now?
Oh, we like to keep an open mind on these things, Mr. Jones. Interestingly enough, our laboratories have just informed us that there were, in fact, microscopic traces of an alien protein in the wounds on Mary Vincent's head.
What do you mean, an alien protein?
They're very clever, you know, these days, Mr. Jones. On further investigation, they ascertained that the alien protein was, in fact, beef. The sort of thing that might have been left, however scrupulously it had been cleaned, on a kitchen implement.
You haven't even read it. You've got to learn to concentrate on what's important, Mr. Johnson. The letter doesn't mean anything anymore. Fletcher's dead. His estate's not going to sue me.
Read it anyway. It proves he knew Mary Vincent.
I don't care who he knew. Not now. It's very sad, of course. It says here he was shot with an army revolver. Interesting.
Isn't it interesting that he was offering her 5,000 quid to do something for him?
To break up Laura's marriage.
Read it, sir. Just look at the date. It proves he knew Mary Vincent for at least 6 months.
Yes. Well done, Mr. Johnson.
After all we went through to get this letter, it's still evidence that he knew Mary Vincent when he said he didn't know, and it might get your friend off the murder charge.
Yeah, well, at least we know she didn't kill Fletcher since she was in jail. I just hope to God it wasn't Dominic.
Nah, I can't see him with an army revolver.
No. Laura, I need your help. Something important has come up. Tell me why you went to see Mary Vincent at the film studio.
I just went there to tell her to leave Dominic alone.
Did you talk about your father?
My father? Why would I talk about my father?
Did your father know you were going that day?
No.
Look, Laura,
There's Mummy.
If you don't tell me the truth, I can't help you.
Hello, Mummy.
Hello, Laura.
Hello, Anna. It's good of you to come. I was just leaving. So.
Thank you.
Laura, I found a small regimental badge in your hall. Was it yours?
No.
Well, did it belong to Dominic?
No. Didn't Daddy used to have something like that, Mummy?
Did he, dear?
No.
Oh, yes. Oh, you may be right. Oh, I haven't seen that for ages.
Well, if it didn't belong to your family, it must either have belonged to Mary Vincent or the killer. Anyway, I must go.
Thank you.
I need the key to your house.
Oh, yes.
Laura and Mrs. Lambert have both been lying.
What about? Why?
To protect Lambert.
You think Lambert killed Mary Vincent?
Yes, I do. He had every motive. And now I've told Eva Lambert everything that I know. I must be stupid. It's so obvious. Mary Vincent was his girlfriend. She was also seeing you, and she was being paid by Fletcher to steal you away. Look, if we're going to clear Laura's name, I have to have that key. Eva Lambert may have called her husband. There was a little badge he dropped on the night of the murder. He's going to be desperate to get it before I do.
Lambert?
I thought I heard you come in.
You're a lovely man, Davy. There's nothing I wouldn't do for you.
Excuse me, is this going to take long?
Sorry, love, sorry. Yeah, you're only up here.
Thanks a bunch.
Did you know Mary Vincent?
No. Why do you keep asking that question?
Won't any good killing me, Mr. Lambert. Oh dear, you have got it wrong, haven't you?
Have I? What have you done with your husband's badge?
It's not David's, it's mine.
What would you be doing with a military badge? Why are you covering up for your husband, Mrs. Lambert, after the way he's treated you?
Don't think I wouldn't do it!
No. No, I don't think that.
But not here. Fold your arms. Now, move towards the door, slowly. Keep your arms folded. Now get in. We're going to drive us to the country. Turn right at the end of the road.
You must love him very much, but killing me won't save your husband, Mrs. Lambert.
Are you saying this to provoke me? David couldn't kill anybody. He's weak. Got involved with that girl, then he couldn't get rid of her. I killed Mary Vincent. I didn't mean to. I hadn't planned it. I'd been doing some shopping for Laura earlier that day. I was surprised that anyone should call so late. Laura had few enough friends left.
Oh, I came to see Laura.
Oh, come in. I didn't realize for a moment who she was. I'd only ever seen her in that little girl costume. Stupid advertisements. I still didn't know what I was going to do until she said,
"Who are you?" "I'm Mrs. Lambert."
This vile creature. Not only been sleeping with my husband, with my daughter's husband, too. She didn't even know who I was. That was the moment I knew I was going to kill her. She didn't quite laugh. I saw the amusement in her eyes. I knew.
Coffee.
I offered her a cup of coffee, as if I'd let her diseased lips touch one of my daughter's cups. I felt tremendously strong, tremendously confident. It was the anger, I'm sure, but I was beyond anger. There was a little hammer in the kitchen, I knew. One of those very heavy little hammers you use for tenderizing steak. Very heavy, with a very nasty sort of serrated head. I hit her once. She turned round and just grabbed my jacket. And I had to hit her again. She must have loosened the brooch. And I never noticed dropping it.
How far are we going?
Do you know, when you've got rid of one human being, the second doesn't seem to matter an awful lot. Really, quite a noticeable difference. I was just sitting, looking at David one evening, and the thought of his old service revolver just popped into my head, just like that. I mean, the weapon first, then subject. David was allowing this man to ruin his life.
Fletcher?
Yes, Fletcher. I was right. It was easy. This loathsome man was trying to smash my family. There's a turning here.
Where are we going?
Turn off here. Pull over.
I give you a lift home? Home.
Where's that?
Your father's gonna need you now, Laura.
God, what a mess.
Somebody has to be strong.
You don't imagine it's going to be me, do you?
I have high hopes of you. What about Dominic?
I hope I never see him again as long as I live.
Oh, he has his good points.
Name one.
Well, he's a good cook.
Thanks. I'm not going to ask you in. I'm just going to take the phone off the hook and go to bed for a week.
Good idea.
Thanks, Anna.
So what was Fletcher paying Mary Vincent for?
What do you mean?
You know he said in the letter something about paying her.
Oh, well, basically, Fletcher knew Laura would never go along with Dominic leaving her father's restaurant, so he was paying Mary Vincent to break up her marriage.
Oh, what a prat.
Yeah, well, he was desperate. He was raising his share of the money on Dominic's name, so Dominic was his passport to the Salmonique Consortium, and without Dominic, he was dead in the water. Anyway, here's to us.
Oh, cheers.
Yeah, to Schiller and Schiller.
Hey, Bernie, is it true that Schiller Security Services are taking over the Tower of London?
You may mock. One day I will amaze you all.
No, you amaze us all already, but oh, here he is.
Hi, Sal, where have you been?
I had to go and see my former editor.
Your former editor?
You know the Italian place I went to?
Yeah.
I really slammed into it with my review. Apparently, they'd just taken out a whole swatch of advertising for the next year. The editor calmly suggested that I tone it down. A lot. Bloody nerve. I refused, of course. So, he sacked me.
Well, what did you say?
I didn't say anything. I threw him out the window.
You never.
Not to worry, it was only on the ground floor. They make a fuss, though, some people, you know.
What's the matter?
Oh, Barney! You told me your cousin was a good dentist.
Well, he's the best dentist in our family.
Tomorrow, Robert Redford,
We have a deal.
Ben Kingsley,
I don't think so.
and an all-star cast in the ITV3 movie Sneakers.
So make yourself comfortable. We're all staying right here.